Hello everyone, welcome back to a new session. In the previous session, we studied about electromagnetic spectrum, its classification, wavelength ranges, its uses, and an important mnemonic, how to remember electromagnetic spectrum. So we have studied Roman men invented very ultra expensive gun. R stands for radio waves, M stands for microwaves, IN stands for infrared rays, V for visible light, ultraviolet rays, expensive, X for X-rays, G for gamma rays. So if you remember this mnemonic, we can easily remember the electromagnetic spectrum and its different ranges. So as you know, when you travel from gamma rays to radio waves, the wavelength increases. So they are arranged in the increasing order of wavelength when we travel from gamma rays to radio waves, such that gamma rays have the least wavelength and radio waves have the maximum wavelength. Now as you move from radio waves from radio waves to gamma rays, you can see as you move up, these waves are arranged in the increasing order of frequency. Okay, increasing order of frequency. When you move from radio waves to gamma rays, the frequency going on increasing, such that gamma rays have the maximum frequency and radio waves are the least frequency. Clear? So it is very easy to remember the wavelength range as well. So a gamma rays, the wavelength range lambda is less than 0.1 angstrom unit, you know it. And for X-rays, the wavelength is between 0.1 angstrom unit to 100 angstrom unit. For ultraviolet rays, 100 angstrom unit to 4000 angstrom unit. For visible light rays, the wavelength range, all of you know it, very important, 4000 angstrom unit to 8000 angstrom unit. And for infrared, it is 8000 angstrom unit to 10 to the power 7 angstrom unit. And for microwaves, 10 to the power 7 angstrom unit to 10 to the power 11 angstrom unit. And for radio waves, which have the maximum wavelength, it is above greater than 10 to the power 11 angstrom unit. So this is the wavelength range of different range of electromagnetic spectrum. So once you know the wavelength range, we can calculate the frequency from this, because we know that V is equal to F lambda, right? All of you know the relationship between speed of light, frequency and wavelength. So by now speed is constant. For electromagnetic waves, the speed remains constant in air and vacuum. So they travel with the same speed as that of the light. We know the speed, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And we can calculate the frequency F is equal to V by lambda. Clear? So we can calculate the frequency range once you remember the wavelength. And since speed remains constant, F is equal to V by lambda, we can calculate the frequency range. Clear? So gamma rays, they are the radiation with the least frequency and maximum energy. So gamma rays are the maximum high energetic radiations. Because of their high energy, they are used in radiotherapy to kill cancer cells and also to check welding in industries. And X-rays are also they are high energetic radiations, slightly less than gamma rays. Gamma rays have high penetrating power and X-rays have slightly less penetrating power than the gamma rays. And X-rays, you know, they are used in the detection of fracture in bones and teeth. They are used in diagnostic purposes in CT scans. X-rays are used to study the atomic arrangements in crystals. X-rays are used in airports to detect the concealed precious metals, etc. Many uses are there. All of you know it. And ultraviolet radiation, they are known by their chemical activity. They are very chemically active. That's why ultraviolet radiations are used to kill germs. They are used for sterilizing purposes in hospitals, to make the different surgical instruments germ free. And ultraviolet radiations are used to check the purity of germs, ghee, etc. Clear? Then visible light rays, which we can see with our naked eyes. All these radiations, other except visible light rays, we cannot see. They are not sensitive to our human eyes. You know it, infrared spectrum and ultraviolet spectrum. Okay, then infrared rays, they are actually infrared rays. They are detected by thermopile or black and bubble thermometer. Infrared radiations are emitted from hot bodies, flame, fire, etc. And infrared radiations are used in night vision camera. They are used at night, photography at night and in misty and foggy conditions. You know, infrared radiations, they can travel a longer distance, okay, without being scattered or without being absorbed by the atmosphere. That's one of the important speciality, characteristic property of infrared rays. Okay, so infrared rays, they are used in the remote controls of various electrical gadgets. Then coming to microwaves, all of you know microwaves. Microwaves are used in microwave ovens. They are used in communication purposes, satellite communications. And radio waves, coming to radio waves, the largest wavelength, they can travel a much longer distance. Radio waves are used in radar communication, TV and radio transmission purposes. So once you know the entire range of electromagnetic spectrum, their wavelength, their uses, we can easily attempt many questions. This is one of the important topic in this chapter. From this topic you can expect board questions, 100% board questions. So let's attempt a couple of questions from this chapter to test our basic knowledge about this lesson. We start with question number 1. Arrange the following radiation in the order of their increasing wavelength. The radiations are given: X-rays, infrared rays, radio waves, gamma rays and microwaves. So these are the radiations of electromagnetic spectrum given. We have to arrange in the increasing order of their wavelength. This type of questions can be asked in the board examination. So in the increasing order of wavelength, we have to start with the least wavelength. We can start with the least wavelength, that is, you know, gamma rays, then second gamma rays, X-rays, increasing order of wavelength, X-rays, then third is infrared, fourth infrared, microwaves and radio waves, and last radio waves. Clear? So gamma rays, X-rays, infrared, microwave, radio waves. So these waves have been arranged in the increasing order of their wavelength. Clear? Okay. Now the second part, name the radiation which is used for satellite communication. So among this, which radiation is used for satellite communication? Of course, we can write microwaves. So microwaves are used for satellite communication. Clear? So moving on to question number 2, very simple theoretical questions are asked. You have to just remember. Okay, a wave has a wavelength 10 to the power minus 3 nanometer. Name the wave. State one property different from light. So wavelength is given 10 to the power minus 3 nanometer. 10 to the power minus 3, very less than 0.1 angstrom. Of course, when the wave with the least wavelength, we know it is gamma rays. Okay. So what is another property different from light? So gamma rays, they travel with the same speed of light, but they have one property which makes it very peculiar, that is high penetrating power. So gamma rays have the high penetrating power. So I can write high penetrating power. So this is the one of the important property of gamma rays. Okay, clear? So moving on to question number 3. A wave has a wavelength of 50 angstrom unit. The wavelength range is given 50 angstrom unit. Name the wave. State its speed in vacuum. State its one use. So a wave with a wavelength 50 angstrom unit, lying between 0.1 angstrom unit to 100 angstrom unit. We have remembered it. We studied it. That is X-rays. You know, X-rays. Okay. So X-rays have the wavelength range about 50 angstrom unit. State its speed in vacuum. So speed is same. Speed is, the speed of X-rays are, what is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So X-rays travel with the same speed as that of light. Okay. Now what is the third part? State one use. So what is the use of X-ray? Detection of, X-rays are used in the detection of fracture. Okay, all of you know it, detection of fracture in bones and teeth, in bones. Okay, so question number 3 is clear. Let us move on to question number 4. What is question number 4? Name the high energetic invisible electromagnetic wave which helps in the study of structure of crystals. Which wave help in the study of structure of crystals? All of you know it. X-rays. X-rays helps in the study of atomic arrangements in crystal. State one more use of the wave named in the part first one. So what is the use of X-ray in the part 1? Okay, so X-rays are used in detection of fracture of bones, and X-rays are used in CT scans. They are used in CT scan. You can write. Clear? They are used for scanning purposes. Okay. Now moving on to question number 5. Name the radiation which can be detected by a thermopile. Second, a solution of silver chloride. Which radiation is detected by thermopile, which produces heating effect? Thermopile or a blackened bulb thermometer. It is nothing but infrared radiations. All of you know it. Infrared radiation are detected by a thermopile. And a solution of silver chloride. So a radiation which is detected by the change in the color of silver chloride solution. Okay, that is what? Ultraviolet radiations. It is. Second is ultraviolet. Ultraviolet radiations are known by its high chemical activity. They show color changes in silver chloride solution. Clear? Ultraviolet radiations. Okay. Now moving on to question number 6. What is given there? So two waves A and B have the wavelength 0.01 angstrom unit and 9000 angstrom units. So this type of questions, please keep it in mind. The wavelength ranges or the frequency ranges are given. You are supposed to remember or name the waves. Okay. So two waves A and B have the wavelength 0.1 angstrom unit. Name the two waves. So with the wavelength 0. How much it is given? 0.01 angstrom unit. That is nothing but, which it is what type of rays? Gamma rays with lesser wavelength. Gamma rays. Okay. And lambda 9000 angstrom unit, you know, 9000, it is infrared radiations. Infrared radiations. Clear? So you have to remember the wavelength, very, very important, from the table which you have discussed. Okay, if you haven't watched the video, please watch our previous videos. Okay. Compare the speed of these waves when they travel in vacuum. So both the waves, they travel with the same speed, irrespective of their change in wavelength or frequency. They have the same speed, electromagnetic radiation. The speed is ratio is 1:1. Clear? Speed is ratio is 1:1. Okay. Now moving on to question number 7. Question number 7. Name two sources, each of infrared radiations and ultraviolet radiation. Source of infrared radiation, you know, source of infrared radiation. Sun is a natural source of infrared radiations, and any type of red hot bodies such as flame or fire is an source of infrared radiation. So you can write sun, flame or fire, etc. Then ultraviolet radiations. Source of ultraviolet radiation, mercury vapor lamp. Sun is a natural source of ultraviolet radiation. Electric arc lamps, electric sparks are the source of ultraviolet radiations. So remember the source of infrared radiation, ultraviolet radiations, gamma rays, etc. Okay, gamma rays, they are emitted from radioactive material, or from cosmic rays also gamma radiations come. Okay, clear? Now question number 8, moving on to question number 8. Name the material of prism required for obtaining the spectrum of ultraviolet and infrared radiations. So material of the prism used for producing ultraviolet spectrum. So ultraviolet spectrum is produced by, it is produced by a prism which is made up of quartz. QUARTZ, quartz material. Because if you use a glass prism, ultraviolet radiation will be absorbed by the glass material of glass. Quartz will not absorb. That's why we use quartz prism. And infrared radiations are produced by rock salt prism. Rock salt prism. So infrared radiations are produced by a prism made up of rock salt, because rock salt doesn't absorb infrared radiation. If you use glass, infrared radiation will be absorbed by the glass and it will not go out. We will not get the spectrum of infrared light. Okay, clear? Now some give reasons, scientific reasons based on certain facts. So give reason type of questions also can be asked. For example, infrared radiations are used for photography in fog. So why do we use infrared radiation photography in fog? As I have discussed, infrared radiations, they have got a speciality, a special characteristic property. They have the longer wavelength. They can travel a longer distance. They can penetrate through the atmosphere without being absorbed or scattered much. That's why infrared radiations are used for photography in fog, in mist and in night. Infrared radiations are used in signal during the war. Same reason is same. Infrared radiations are used during used as signals for during war, because infrared radiations are not absorbed by the atmosphere. They can travel through a longer distance without getting scattered or absorbed. That's all. The photographic darkrooms are provided with infrared lamps. Infrared lamps are used in photographic lab for developing photographic film in olden days. Nowadays we have printer, because this infrared radiations, they do not affect the photographic plate, and also they provide, without affecting the photographic film, infrared radiations can provide certain visibility. That's why we use infrared lamps in photography lab. Okay. A rock salt prism is used instead of glass prism to obtain the infrared spectrum. Give reason. We have already discussed infrared spectrums are produced by rock salt prism, because prism made up of rock salt doesn't absorb infrared radiations. That's the reason. Okay. A quartz prism is required for obtaining spectrum of ultraviolet light. Same reason. A prism made up of quartz doesn't absorb ultraviolet radiation. That's why we use a prism made up of quartz for obtaining ultraviolet light or ultraviolet spectrum. Is it clear? Okay. Glass prism we don't use it, please remember, because infrared radiations and ultraviolet radiations are absorbed by glass prism. Okay. Next question, ultraviolet bulbs have a quartz envelope instead of glass. So if ultraviolet lamp is enclosed in a glass envelope, what will happen? Glass will absorb the ultraviolet radiations and it will not go out. It will not we will not receive any ultraviolet radiations, because glass will absorb ultraviolet radiation. That's why ultraviolet bulbs, they have an envelope made up of quartz. Quartz material won't, or it does not absorb ultraviolet radiations. Clear? So I hope all these theoretical questions, you got my points. It is clear to you. All these theoretical questions which we discussed are very important for the board examination. Please go through it, understand the concept and attempt all these questions. Thanks for watching.